Americans love pickup trucks. And so this is one segment that Tesla does not play in. And Elon Musk has been promising Tesla would come into the pickup segment for a very long time.
What are your thoughts about the Tesla Cybertruck? While the Tesla Semi, one of the longest delayed products in the company's history, is now in production, with PepsiCo being the first customer to receive some of the 100 vehicles it pre-ordered, many are wondering when Tesla will start working on and producing the much-awaited Tesla Cybertruck. A few days ago, Tesla announced that the company is about to take the delivery of a second gigantic press for Cybertruck production. That said, Tesla is about to take delivery of another 9-ton, 8.2 metric tons press at its Gigafactory in Austin, Texas. The largest of its kind in the world, the new press is the second one to be delivered to Tesla's Texas factory after the first one was delivered in January. The two presses, which are slightly bigger than Tesla's presses in Berlin and Shanghai, are speculated to be used in the production of Tesla's Cybertruck, which the company says will begin production this year.
A source exclusively told Reuters on Thursday that a plan to begin production later this year was pushed back to early 2023.
Electrek, an American news website dedicated to electric transportation and sustainable energy, confirmed the delivery and even posted images of the bill of lading, saying, "Today, we can confirm that the new press is indeed for Tesla and that it has arrived in Texas." Cybertruck forum user Greg Truck found the bill of lading that confirms Tesla is the leading client and that it has arrived at the Port of Houston. The shipping document showed that the 26.7-ton machine has traveled all the way from IDRA's Italian factory on its way to Austin. These gigantic presses enable Tesla to produce its revolutionary single-body casting, which means they can produce the entire body of the vehicle with just a few castings, instead of welding hundreds of parts together the traditional way. The castings are so large that Tesla's material engineers had to develop a new aluminum alloy to enable the molten aluminum to flow into all the intricate areas of the die before setting. Other Tesla factories like the Shanghai and Berlin plants have already been using gigapresses. However, as earlier mentioned, the two new presses at the Austin plant are even bigger to enable them to produce the large parts needed for the Cybertruck. As of now, Tesla said that the company will begin the Cybertruck production this year, but high-volume production is not expected until 2024. However, according to a recent article from Forbes, Tesla's upcoming Cybertruck complicates Elon Musk's climate commitment.
I would argue that objectively, the way Tesla products are now positioned, it's harder and harder to make the argument that this is purely an environmentally oriented purchase.
Notably, Tesla CEO Elon Musk set a goal in 2006 to lead the transition to climate-friendly, affordable electric vehicles for everyone. Today, Tesla has instead become the top maker of high-powered, resource-heavy EVs, with the Cybertruck doubling down on this strategy. The world's top EV seller hasn't followed through on a 16-year-old goal of making them widely affordable, and the Cybertruck, its next model, will be Tesla's most resource-intensive, said the article. The much-anticipated Tesla Cybertruck is positioned as a reimagining of the American pickup, the top-selling class of U.S. vehicle. But Tesla's entry, with its nearly impenetrable exoskeleton and armor glass, looks more like a futuristic military vehicle than a work truck. As of now, the company hasn't yet provided many details about its proportions, though it's expected to be available with a 200 kilowatt-hour or larger battery, twice the size of Tesla's current biggest pack, and may weigh in at 8,500 pounds, according to details the company shared with California regulators. Musk claimed Cybertruck's base price would be $39,900, though none of the company's models has ever sold at the low end of his predictions. With features Tesla encourages customers to add, including autopilot and full self-driving, the actual price with taxes may approach $100,000 for the heavy truck. While there may be environmental benefits from driving a Cybertruck instead of heavy-duty gasoline or diesel pickups from Ford or General Motors, a large amount of energy, aluminum, and mined materials needed to build it, and an initial price that's likely to be $70,000 or more, seem to be at odds with Musk's original climate-preserving principles. And while those mined battery materials might eliminate tailpipe emissions, extracting them can have environmental harms, including groundwater pollution from mining scraps and chemicals, and human cost when underage labor is used, such as cobalt mines in Congo. Even standard Teslas are battery sponges. They suck up lithium, nickel, and cobalt for a vehicle that's utilized 4% of the time on average, says Olaf Sakers, a general partner at Red Blue Capital, which invests in mobility startups. I'm not sure Musk necessarily thinks of the mass market story as moving toward actually reducing emissions so much as increasing scale by targeting more and more segments. With the recent developments at Tesla, some feel that Musk is not living up to his mission, or at least deviating from it, accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. It's generally understood to be a sort of progressive left-leaning customer base that is quite aligned toward both a love of technology but also a belief in the mission of the brand, which is to accelerate the movement to electric vehicles, to advance sustainability in society overall, said Andrew Miller, Chief Growth Officer for Interbrand, which annually assesses the appeal of top corporate brands. People buy into that, they believe in that. Still, Tesla looks better overall compared to the world's biggest automakers, including GM, Ford, and Toyota, because it's a pure EV maker, said Dan Becker, director of the Center for Biological Diversity's Safe Climate Transport campaign and an advocate for clean, sustainable transportation since the early 1990s. But he's growing concerned that it's following competitors by relying increasingly on bigger, heavier vehicles. I keep talking to my colleagues about the truckification of the fleet, that in the US everything has become a truck, Becker said. Frankly, Tesla has been a standout as not yet having everything be a truck, although it's definitely headed in that direction. Aside from requiring more materials and energy to produce, heavier vehicles pose other problems. These include increased safety risk for pedestrians and drivers of small vehicles and greater amounts of harmful pollution from tire dust, which is currently unregulated, according to a study in the scientific journal Nature. Its authors argue that smaller, lighter EVs are better for society. Anyhow, Wall Street doesn't expect much of the Tesla Cybertruck. Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas, known to be relatively optimistic about Tesla, doesn't think much of the Cybertruck, saying in a recent note that he thinks it will be an enthusiast cult car, and not for the masses, according to Automotive News. We regularly speak with clients who believe Tesla may sell hundreds of thousands of Cybertrucks annually, said analyst Adam Jonas after visiting Tesla's Texas factory, where the pickup will go into production later this year. We think it's more likely to be an enthusiast cult car with far more limited volume, closer to 50,000 units per year, Jonas wrote in a research note Thursday. There should be some design and manufacturing learnings from the Cybertruck that could make it into core Tesla vehicles. He added, "The truck is real and we had a great time with it behind the Austin plant," Jonas said, but financially it may be more of a sideshow to the Tesla story today. Jonas continued, "We feel the Cybertruck carries more value in a cultural zeitgeist sense than in a direct economic sense," Jonas said. "We encourage our readers to ask themselves, how many Cybertrucks can roll up into a parent-teacher conference or youth soccer match at the same time before losing some of that indescribable something?" In relation to that, Tesla's announcement that it would begin building the Tesla Cybertruck by the end of 2023 revived a debate about whether the often delayed pickup is a work of genius or evidence of Mr. Musk's hubris. Already 2 years behind schedule, the Cybertruck has experts wondering how the company will manufacture its unusual stainless steel exoskeleton. With its angular stainless steel body, the Cybertruck is an attempt to redefine the pickup in the same way that Tesla upended the conventional wisdom of the auto industry, by proving that battery-powered vehicles could be practical and profitable. Tesla advertises that a top-of-the-line version of the truck will be able to tow 14,000 pounds and accelerate faster than a Porsche 911. The Cybertruck's doors will open automatically when the driver approaches. The truck is important because it will be Tesla's first new passenger vehicle in 3 years and could help breathe life into a model lineup that some buyers consider dated. But the Cybertruck is so behind schedule that some auto experts wonder if it has become another example of Musk's penchant for pushing technological boundaries to the brink of disaster. Musk is an example of how the fetishization of tech startups and their leaders can eventually lead those leaders to making bad decisions. Patrick McWone, executive director of entrepreneurship at Towson University in Maryland, said in an email. Make sure to subscribe to Tesla Stock.